Hello and welcome to the Penno Channel for this match reaction to Ipswich Town 2, Aston Villa 2. I'm joined with my bro to go through this one as always. But before we start, as we usually say, if you could like, subscribe, and let us know your thoughts in the comments. And also, if you'd like to become a member, click the link in the description below. Bro, the match winning run has come to an end. We end up taking a point from Portman Road in a game which I think we didn't really deserve anything from, to be honest. But we'll get on to that. How you feeling, bro? How's your day been? And we'll crack on with the game in the review.
Yeah, bro, I'm doing all right. Enjoyed my Sunday, watching a bit of NFL before I came on and spoke with you. But yeah, still a bit gutted over the result, over the game, how it went. But I'm also kind of just over it a little bit as well. So we'll just break down what went on, what we thought about the game, and yeah.
We'll see how over you are after we've discussed it for further. But yeah, man. Just going. First thing I want to say is when Villa have the opportunity to go top of the league, you hope that they don't play a team that have been newly promoted, because we end up not winning that game, as we saw last season against Sheffield United. I want to start off with saying full credit to Ipswich before we actually get into it, because I thought they thoroughly deserved the point and potentially deserved all three. So I thought they played really well against us, and albeit some of the chances conceded were our own doing and unforced errors, I thought they played really well. But yeah, bro, just not the performance I was expecting. And we're kind of making a habit of it recently with the starts to our games this season. The last three games now we've conceded first in. And we've been in a position where we've had to come back to get 2 goals to take the lead in games, and not being able to keep clean sheets, just not defending properly is going to really cost us if we don't start sorting it out. But yeah, bro, we'll start off with the lineups. One change for Villa, Leon Bailey coming into the side. Stayed with the same back four and with Ezri Konsa playing at right back. What did you think of the lineup?
Yeah, I felt like the lineup was kind of what I expected Emery to go to. I think since the Young Boys game, Bogart's lost the trust of Emery starting in the Premier League or in major competitions. So, yeah, I think that experiment of Bogart right back's over for the short term. Dean, I wasn't still sure if Maatsen would get the nod. Seeing how the game went, I kind of do wish Maatsen would have started. I felt since we have 3 centre backs in the back four, I thought that would give us license to maybe have a way more attacking fullback to push on and give us more firepower going forward. Anana Tillemans didn't surprise me, even though Barkley has played decent in the league recently. And yeah, I liked our front four. I do like the Ramsey, Watkins, Rogers, Bailey, how it looks on paper. So yeah, I was content with the team for the most part.
Yeah, same with me, to be honest. I thought the obvious change for McGinn was Bailey to come in. Again, Maatsen Digne, I don't know how close that is now. We'll find out probably again on Wednesday and next Sunday as well against United. But yeah, Carlos playing centre back and Konsa playing right back. Funny because Ezri Konsa, that interview he did midweek with Sky Sports, I don't know if you've seen that, but he's literally asked the question of his thoughts of playing right back, and he states, like, I've had to do it, but I don't really fancy it. It's not the position I want to play in. But Unai's persisting to play with him at right back. And the way the game went today, I just think, I don't know what it is, but it's just not working at the moment. And whether that be Diego Carlos starting or Ezri playing in that position, I thought the main danger was coming from Leffy Davies, who we highlighted before the game, and that was coming down our right-hand side. But yeah, bro, let's get into it, because I think overall the whole performance was just lethargic, man. There seemed no tempo to our play. I don't know what it was. I mean, the first half against Wolves was quite similar, but it just felt like we were being so sloppy on the ball. And I don't know if this has been a thing since, obviously, when we were really playing last season, we had Louise and Kamara in the middle of the park. And especially Boubacar, he'd like set the tempo with winning the ball back, etc. But I just felt today we were just so sloppy and sluggish in our play. Yeah, I don't know what you want to give an overall, or should we get crack on to the moments in the games? What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree completely. Looking at the game overall, I thought there's like this this apathy to our game that we just have, where it's just like, It's just like even off the ball as well, closing down. When we're on the ball, moving the ball quickly. I don't know what it is. It's just not been there. And ironically, I actually thought we started the game really well before their goal. We gained control straight away. Tillemans was getting on their ball. We were knocking it around. And I actually thought we had an okay start until their first goal, which came. And it's just so sloppy. It almost reminded me of like a FIFA goal where there's so many chances to clear. We have Anana on the edge of the box firstly, doesn't clear, loses the ball. Then lots of deflections. Then Konsa has the opportunity to just clear it, passes it straight back to them. And fair play to Delap. He gets the shot off, he does what he needs to do, but Martinez also probably should have saved it. And when you see now, it's just like, is it going to be one of them Nottingham Forest get days where it's just like, they score early kick-off on Sky against a team that we should, on paper, be beating, and it's just not there. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I think just the amount of unforced errors in that first goal was nuts. Anana sloppy, not tracking his runner either, didn't track the lap soon enough when he got the shot off, but before that wasn't good in possession. Konsa's pass, I don't know what he was thinking in his head with where he was trying to play that or who he was trying to play it to, but he's passed it straight to them. They've done well to cut across, and just Liam Delap, he's just unmarked in the box. And it's a poor strike, to be fair. Emery should save it as well. Like, Emery gets a good hand to it. He should save that. And that's twice in a week now, where against Wolves, against Everton, a similar thing happened where he kind of should have saved a shot. And I don't know, he had the one against Arsenal as well. Emery's not been at his best this season. I don't think he has. I don't think he's been up there. We'll move on into this game, I'm sure, because he made an absolutely massive save. But yeah, it just feels like one again where Emery should really save it. And, we hold him in high regard. We call him the best goalkeeper in the world. And it's one of those where I think the best goalkeeper in the world makes a save.
Yeah, fully agree. Fully agree with you, bro. He should definitely save that shot. And we go 1-0 behind. And, okay, we're the comeback kings this season, as we'd shown in earlier games. But it would be nice if we didn't just concede every single time.
Well, the title of this video is, will we ever keep a clean sheet this season? And will we, man? Because it's not looking good right now, because just the way we're playing, we feel so open at times. And obviously we don't really press as a team anyway. We used to play
we've stopped
the high line. Yeah, but we don't even play that line too high anymore. So the number of offsides we used to get last season, we don't really get anymore. We kind of play a bit deeper. So we're allowing players to come onto us, and a lot of the time they're playing onside, which wasn't happening last season. We were getting a lot of offsides. So I'm not sure in terms of the reason for that being the case, but it seems to be costing us a bit, because especially into that second half we saw, bro, they were just playing balls, and they had opportunities and situations where they could be through on goal, and Burn had a massive chance because of that as well. When the defensive line was just all over the place. And yeah, man, there's not much confidence in the defence, and obviously we've been getting great results recently, but we've been conceding goals to teams in the bottom seven, and ones and twos against these sides, and it is a bit of a concern. But yeah, I'm going to go into a few of the comments here because there's some good comments. Deontay says, "Afternoon, lads. Thanks for joining, Deontay. I hope you're well. How you doing, Gary?" He says, "These things happen. I guess we were in Bayern mode for me." Do you think that was playing a part, bro? Do you think some of the players had Bayern on their mind?
Yes, 100%. At times, it felt like the players were trying their best not to get injured for Wednesday.
That's not a good mindset, though, is it?
This is almost your dar moment, isn't it? But even from like Instagram captions I'm seeing and posts, it's just like, get a point onto Wednesday, massive game against Bayern. It's almost like they're in mind, and they're human and it's natural. But it just felt like that extra, I don't know, that extra touch, that extra jewel. Like certain players were just avoiding because they didn't want to get injured or get a knock for the Bayern game. But that's how it felt. And Emery said in his press conference, we have to focus on every single game. We don't want to regret dropping points come the end of the season. And today will be seen as a regret if we don't get finish where we want to finish at the end of the season.
Yeah, looking back at it, we don't know how Ipswich are going to play and how they're going to do with the sides in and around us at home. But yeah, currently it feels like, okay, that's 2 points kind of dropped in that situation. Obviously, it's early on in the season and we'll see how it goes. But Yeah, we just weren't good today at all. Ryan's joined. He says he's no thanks for joining Ryan. Ryan's also said I'd play Bogard off of Carlos every day of the week. This is going to be the massive decision now going into Bayern on Wednesday. Gary says Ipswich in defence were poor, so why so passive? Facts. I felt like in the first and just through the game, when we were getting into good situations, we weren't being direct. We were kind of just, as Gary says, passive, extremely passive in the final third. I don't know what your thoughts were with that, bro.
Yeah, we were getting opportunities, and I don't know, players like Ramsey really let me down today.
He was poor today. Ramsey was.
Ramsey let me down today, bro, because he was doing the hard things easy and the easy things hard. There was one point in the second half where he turned his man. I thought, that's a great turn. You've created a separation. He carries the ball. Simple pass into Watkins, and he just gives it away. I'm like, Ramsey, come on, man. Like, come on. But it felt like we were the ones that were letting the attacks down. It wasn't their defending. Like, we had opportunities. We had overloads in play. And it was more in the second half that we'll touch on. But it felt like we were our own worst enemies in attack today, kind of.
Yeah, it did. It did. Unforced errors today, bro. I think our performance is very poor. Gary says at least United are still garbage. Well, that's a massive game next week, isn't it? Ryan says we missed McGinn. What's your thoughts on McGinn not playing today? Do you think we missed him within that?
Not really. Not really. I think that's just more outcome bias with the result, and maybe it's just easy to say, oh, we'll miss certain players. I thought Bailey started off the game. I didn't actually think he was having a really good game until that delivery. But at times, I do kind of feel sorry for Bailey because he has no right back to overlap constantly. Like, if you look at like Saka at Arsenal, he has like different triangles that he can play with. Bailey's almost like a 2v1 every time, and he did really well with his goal. But I just thought we could have utilised like Bailey linking play with our attackers more in the box, like we spoke about on the previous podcast. That's how Liverpool got behind them and scored all their goals. So
our right hand side though just doesn't feel there's no consistency right now, is there? I mean, look how many different players have played on the right hand side, including right back and right midfielder. There's just no consistency on that side at all.
The thing that just makes me laugh though is we knew this last season. Like, this is nothing. This is not new information this season. Like, right back was the priority that we said, and it's not just us saying this because we've dropped points. We've looked kind of weak on that right hand side for the entire season, especially like defensively as well. So it's almost like we all saw what we needed priority wise in summer. It didn't happen, so it just doesn't really surprise me that we're suffering a bit down that side.
Yeah, you can think of Leicester. We could concede the goal down the right-hand side. We didn't play well. Young Boys, before we got into it, was the right-hand side causing us problems. I mean, Arsenal scored off the right-hand side coming from Trossard, even though I thought Delap did well at the start with Martinelli. Wolves, first half, our right-hand side, Aït-Nouri was causing us absolute problems coming in off the left. And then today, Leif Davis as well today, again, was just causing us absolute problems down our right hand side. It sticks out, and it's I wish it wasn't the case, but it does stick out from the rest of the side. The right hand side, defensively especially, it does really stick out. But Liverpool FC, Lancaster, Bomber. Thanks for joining. Go on, bro. No, go on.
I've seen something like Leif Davis created more chances than Villa today.
There you go. And we knew that would be the danger, and as we stated before, and it turned out to be the case. Liverpool FC, Lancaster Bomber. Thanks for joining. He says Villa are a very good side, top six. Yeah, we are a good side. That's the thing. We are a good side, but today we didn't perform at all to that level. Deontay says Villa will probably keep a clean sheet when we least expect it. I hope you're right, Deontay. Gary says we aren't losing. That's the main thing. He also said our midfield worst game this season. And he also goes, Jayden just isn't showing it all. He needs to push Bailey, otherwise we will have to sign someone else in January. I think that's very harsh on Philogene, to be honest, because he's hardly played this season. He's come on against West Ham and came on today as well, and he's been injured. I think he needs a bit more time, to be honest. But we'll get on to that second half. So, Delap gets the first, bro. We actually start playing into the game now. We have an opportunity first with Rogers, who just puts a shot wide. And then we get the goal. Talk us through the first.
Yeah, it's actually not even that well worked originally because he comes from a Jacob Greaves mistake.
Yeah,
I
big
don't know
mistake.
what. You play the ball across your goal like that. I don't understand that at all. I think their manager would have been losing his head at that. But man, once that ball comes to Rogers, the technique to control it, juggle the ball, bring it down, lays it off to Watkins. I feel like the old Watkins would have forced a shot there that would have got blocked.
Great awareness, wasn't it? Yeah.
He would have tried a shot and then he would have just been like, this Watkins, man, he's different. And he lays it back to Rogers. And now for Rogers to sell the finish and go back across the other way, he's such a sick goal. He's such a
and he lifts
goal.
it as well because there's like 4 players around. He kind of lifts it as well. He has to lift it
exactly
in the finish as well. It's a fantastic finish, bottom corner. And I just knew Rogers' goals and assists would just come, man. He's been playing well. He's been getting into those right areas. It was just a matter of time, really. And yeah, he managed to bag his first in the season.
What did we say, man? If your underlying metrics are good, you get in positions to score, you get in positions to assist, it's going to come eventually. And he might go on a little run now, genuinely, because he always finds himself in the pockets, in the box, in the right place. So he was a big miss in the second half as well, by the way. I think he was our best player. Not saying anyone was that good, but out of all our options, Rogers was probably our best player today.
Yeah, he did have a decent game.
And we missed his carrying in the second half. We lacked that fluency in the second half, definitely.
Yeah, facts. So we move on from the first and we get back in. So you think, okay, level playing field now. 15 minutes gone, 1-1. Plenty of time to get back into this one and take the lead and get all 3 points. And it did look like that was to be the case. And that man is on fire now. That's his 4th of the season, 2 assists as well. Ollie Watkins, bro. Everyone gets on his back. Just give the guy time at the start of the seasons. Same applies to Harry Kane usually. The slow starters, they take time. Ollie Watkins bags his 4th of the season.
Yeah, just before we get into Watkins, bro, we have to talk about that Jack Clark free header. Carlos, again, bro, just losing his man. He tries to kick upwards instead of heading the ball, loses his man, comes down that right-hand side again that we've spoken about. And they should have gone 2-1 up straight away.
They should have done, yeah. They should have done. And Diego Carlos, bro, what's going on here with Diego Carlos? Do you think he's trying to sabotage you? He's doing a sabotage on the slide?
Bro,
because that's what he's feeling like right now. Because he wanted to go. We wanted him to go. And we never got rid of him. And it kind of feels like he's doing a self-sabotage job because every game now there's a mistake.
Bro, I hope for his sake this is a sabotage because this guy has fallen off a cliff. He is not playing at the same level we did last season. I know people didn't like last season, but this is worse I've ever seen him. This is like a body language thing.
Yeah.
It's an effort thing. It's almost like he just can't be asked. And me and I've said on the podcast before, he had a falling out with Emery. He was meant to leave Villa. He's not supposed to be here. He had a massive falling out in pre-season. And it looks like he's holding a grudge, bro, because these people... He's playing crap, bro.
He's stinking up the gaff. Seriously, he's been shocked. He's not switched on at all. He's not playing switched on. And I know Carlos can lose his attention at times. Last season it happened. But there was games where he was flawless. He had good games last season. But this year, his games have been shocking. And it's not a case of him switching off. It just feels like he's not switched on at all. He hasn't been on this season. And ever since that Leipzig pre-season friendly, I know it's pre-season, whatever, but since that red card and kind of, Unai saying he's kind of thrown the game there for us. And then us looking to sell him to Fulham, etc., and it not happening. He just feels like he's trying to throw us under the ship. I mean, he has the mistake against Wolves last game. He has the pass against Young Boys, which we were lucky that didn't get punished. Bro, it's madness.
And I just think he was told in summer that he's allowed to leave. And it feels like he's still got the hump about it, bro. It feels like he's more triggered by it because as a footballer, you should just be like, okay, the transfer window's closed, fresh start. I can play for Villa again. Let me just get back into the mindset. This guy's still on the pitch against Leipzig.
Yeah.
Some of the bullshit he was doing to the bro, come on, man. And we're going to talk about the goal later on, but come on, man.
I don't know what. He's either thinking about, he's not thinking about what's on the pitch, man. His head's somewhere else. It's mad. It's mad. The way he's playing is, I I thought Diego Carlos isn't the best, but he had decent games last season, and he's not even showing glimpses of that. Man, he's just been so poor, so poor.
Watch him have like a 10 out of 10 against Bayern now.
Well, I hope he does, and because he lived off playing good in big games, because he had 2 great games against Arsenal and the one against City, which are big games. He kept 3 clean sheets in those games, and he was outstanding. So yeah, you need to step up Diego Carlos, because this season you've been terrible. It really has, and like I didn't think Carlos was this bad, and I never used to really get on him. I used to think, because okay, you might misplace a pass or something like that, but he could defend still. But yeah, this season he's been shocking, man. But yeah, we move on to the goal, bro. Ollie Watkins, as I said, getting his 4th for the season. Yeah, talk us through that goal, because it's very good play down that right hand side, and yeah, Watkins in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, I'd actually been, like I said earlier, I'd been frustrated with Bailey up until that point. He wasn't delivering. He kept on slipping over on the pitch. Did you notice that as well?
Yeah, he did. His boots, bro.
He was the only one. Bro. He was the only one on the pitch.
So man, he was wearing molds or something. I don't know what was going on.
Yeah,
he thought he was playing on those rock hard pitches out in Jamaica, man.
Yeah, bro. I even remember second half he like pointed at his boots, but anyway, not to get onto him too much. That cross was magnificent, bro. And the commentary said it right. Like Ashley Young said it, I think, in commentary. Davis isn't expecting him to go on his right. He's expecting him to cut back inside and go that way on his left. So I think the surprise element on his right foot surprises him. And Watkins, bro, loved that header. He times it right. He knows what he's doing the whole way. And yet 3 goals in 3 league games in a row. Is he about to go on one of his little runs that he does? And the dialogue around Watkins, like, is so boring at this point. Like every season, me and you say, only be worried if he wasn't getting chances. That's the only way I'd ever be worried about Watkins. I don't care if he misses chances. It don't matter. As long as he still gets them, the goals will come.
Yeah,
and I think this is one of his best starts to a season. Six goals and assists in 6 league games.
Yep, 1 a game. Just flying again. So yeah, we go 2-1 up, bro, and you think, okay, we've done it again. We've come back into a game where we've been behind. Done it much earlier than we have in the previous games as well, which is really good. So now we can just control the game. We can set it, play at our own pace. And this was what was confusing for me, because it didn't feel like we controlled that game at all. Just again, casual on the ball, just so slow in our build-up and just not decisive enough. And it felt like Ipswich, as soon as we scored, just came straight back into the game. You've got Emi Martinez making a wonderful save from Calvin Phillips' strike. And then you have the massive chance for Liam Delap as well, bro.
Yeah, it was the Liam Delap one, the Kolo Muani part 2.
It was literally a carbon copy of that World Cup final save, isn't it? Yeah, just a carbon copy.
A couple of times in that game, Martinez made up for the early goal, because a couple of times where I thought, oh my gosh, has he actually just saved that? Yeah, and I haven't felt a save like that with Martinez in a while, like a proper, like, oh my gosh, he's just saved us. So yeah, big up Martinez for that save, bro. It's a massive save. And fair play to Ipswich, bro. They were playing serious football at times. I remember they were passing it through our midfield centrally. They'd work it out wide, then they'd switch the play to the left-hand side, and we were exposed, and they did that a couple of times. So big up Ipswich. I rate McKenna. Like they were seriously bopping that football in the first half. And
you know, our weakness is usually if you can play that diagonal ball in behind us, that causes us problems. We've seen it when we usually get, like, when we've been pumped those few times, say Spurs, or when United scored 3 passes in the second half last season. If you can get in behind our fullbacks, that's where you're going to cause problems. And they were popping it and playing it in behind us as well. And because we play so narrow at times, that's how you get at Villa. And I thought they did that really well. And McKenna did his homework. And that kind of concerns me for next weekend, because even though we're playing a shit United side, that's how they play. But yeah, I thought they played really well. And as I said, bro, it's a good save from the Calvin Phillips shot, and it's just an outstanding save from Emi for the Delap save. But how they got through on that was just a simple through ball from our right-hand side. Like, Jack Clark stepped over it, and Delap's just through on goal. Like, the gaps from Konsa pushing up and Carlos on that right side, and then Powell's just nowhere near Delap. It's just shocking defending.
I didn't think Powell had a good. These best. I thought Powell's passing was off today. A little bit. I thought his passing was off. I didn't think he had the greatest game either, to be honest.
That's what I mean. But I think the whole side were just so lethargic on the ball. I don't know. I don't know what it was. It does feel like they had an eye on midweek, and it was just like, okay, we can play through this one. Hopefully, we don't have to, extenuate ourselves too much. We can still get the 3 points. That's the sort of vibe it had, especially when we went 2-0.
Yeah, and I'm going to touch on bro. Like, I mentioned it on the West Ham podcast. I don't know if you remember. Like, I thought he was so good off the ball. Like, his tackling's still there, and he'll get back. He'll make them tackles. There was a couple tackles in the second half where he slid and he won the ball back for us. I think that part of his game is so sick. But on the ball, my concerns are still there, bro. I don't think he's comfortable progressing the ball. He's still either delegating to Tielemans or he'll turn back and go sideways even when the pass is on in front. And I'm getting a bit concerned now. Like, I thought 6 games maybe, like, he would have... I just need to see more ambition in his passing.
I agree.
Especially against Ipswich, like, you have to just take that chance.
No, I agree. I think he was too safe. His play was too safe again today for me. It is. You just want him to be, a bit more. I know that's not his ultimate game, but you still wanted to see him progress the ball with his feet, with his passing, and he does play it simple a lot of the times. And especially like there was moments on the edge of their box where we kept playing it, and he just went the simple, easy route, and he wasn't penetrating with his passing. And he just, when that's not happening, we just struggle to create. Like, it just feels like we really struggle to create. And I don't want to say it, but like, when you have a Louise from last year, and I remember a few games where we'd be on the edge of the box and Louise would play that ball. I remember the one in the Conference League, he played that cross for the Watkins header. I remember the ball he played for Zaniolo against Sheffield United when we couldn't break them down. It's just like you feel like we lack that bit of moment from someone in centre midfield in just playing that delicate passing behind in those areas. And I really hope someone does stand out and starts becoming that type of player, like creating on the edge, especially when we're trying to break down sides.
I think we've seen it a little bit from Tielemans. I'll give credit to like, we had the Konsa goal against Wolves, and we had the Morgan dinked pass. Remember when Tielemans dinked it to Morgan against Everton, but he couldn't control him. And then you had the Tielemans pass for the Watkins goal against Everton. He got the deflection. So I think Tielemans has stepped up in that kind of regard. But I agree with you as well. Like, you're spot on with the Louise factor as well. And it's mad. He can't get a game for you.
Yeah, he can't even get a game for you guys.
So it's almost just like,
he's not even rated over there. So what's the point? You got Weston McKennie starting. That's all mad that he's at Weston McKennie starting. The man everyone was so vividly against, but yeah.
But bro, we went 2-1 at half time, and it was almost like, even though the result was in our favour, fans' comments and comments I was seeing was performance based. It was just like, we don't deserve to be winning here.
Yeah, like, facts. I think the majority of the Villa fan base of this game today are aware that, okay, we got a draw. It could turn out to be a good point, whatever. But it's not the result that's disappointing. It was the performance that was disappointing. Yeah. It was the performance, and I think a lot of fans are aware of that.
Yeah, I feel like under Emery, he's taught us like how to be more performance-based analysts. Like,
facts.
We know like that wasn't good, like long term, man, like 100%. And I think that's the case from some of the games this season, bro. Like Wolves first half, maybe Leicester second half a little bit.
Yeah, well, Unai come out and said Wolves were shit last week, the first half. So he's up for that. And today he said that we
deserve to lose.
We deserve to lose. Unai's own words said we deserve to lose the game today. So he's not happy with the performances. He's been, Unai, he's post-match, he's honest, he's very honest. And he came out and said today we deserve to lose, which is right. I think we did deserve to lose based on the way we played. And it is a little concerning because obviously the goals conceded against the side, we find at the bottom of the Premier League. Let's see how we fare. Do we step up to the competition we play when, the fixtures on paper look a bit more difficult now? But yeah, Unai came out and said we deserve to lose that game, and I fully agree with his comments because the performance wasn't up to it. So yeah, bro, we move into the second half. thoughts around the atmosphere today as well of this game. And like, didn't you think it was a bit down? Like, it didn't feel like we were going to a promoted side.
Bro, when I'm watching on TV, I'm so locked into the game. I don't even notice that kind of thing, you know.
No, but just around it, just around the game, like the pace of the game. I just felt like, you know, like last season when you go into Luton or somewhere like that, it felt like you were there, like you knew you were in a game atmosphere and everything like that. I think that just, I don't know, epitomised the game and how the game went. Because I thought the start of the second half again, I didn't think really too much went on, to be honest. I don't know what your thoughts were.
How far into the second half you talking?
Just the first half of the second half.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. They were getting like were they getting like a couple shots off?
Well, they had the one shot from Jack Clark, which was on the 49th, and then they had the one shot from Morsy, who we will get onto, don't you worry. But that was about it, really, until the 70th minute. There was not much really happening within that. I think they had a bit more control of the game at that stage as well.
Yeah, they definitely were.
And it kind of felt like a goal was coming for them, but there weren't too many shot actions. But yeah, we'll go on to it now because it's the talk of the game as well. Stuart Atwell then and Sam Morsy, like we were lucky to get a point, I thought, and the performance deserved a loss. But in a game where you're 2-1 up, a midfielder's on a booking and he makes two challenges like that, he should be sent off, shouldn't he?
Yeah, I think the ref lost control of the game in the second half. You know, more tackles were flying in. Rogers probably should have got booked for one of his tackles where he just rammed into them. They had a couple other tackles where they should have had a booking. He lost control of that game, and I think he knew the Morsy one was a second yellow, but like he almost didn't want to give it for some reason.
It's mad because when he blew, like he sat on the decision for like 5 seconds. He sat on it, so he's thinking about something in his head. And he must be to get whether to book him or not.
And boy, like I said, we did not deserve to win that game. However, teams that finish top 4 or even win the league don't deserve every single win they get. And if we're winning 2-1 and the game state changes where they have 10 men, we control the ball more. It changes the outlook, man. Like it's a big point that we ain't got a red card for them there, you know.
Yeah, it is, and I think I've seen some Ipswich fans as well on socials, and they firmly agree. Like they've got away with one there because Morsy should have got a second yellow, especially for the foul on Philogene. It's just a horrendous tackle. He's gone over the ball and kind of landed on the top of Philogene's foot, and yeah, that's the second yellow. If the Tillemans one wasn't, then that definitely is.
But but just back to the second half, just before they scored. The amount of times, in transition, we had opportunities to kill this game. Moments getting past them in the half. The worst one for me, I'm sorry, but I don't know if you remember, Dean was running with the ball and we had a 4-on-3. We had a 4-on-3. Duran was running through the middle and all he has to do, he play it across. He turns back and lets them get into shape. And when that happened, I thought, oh my gosh. Same with Ramsey.
Ramsey had one as well.
And the passing,
the
passing just weren't there. Bailey second half kept slipping, sliding like he weren't in it as well. And
we even had one. We even had like a 3-on-1. I think it was when all the subs had come on, and I think someone's played the pass behind. Duran's in acres of space. I think it was Barkley, and he's just not played the pass quick enough, and it's just like, bro. The transition was poor, man.
I thought Duran was good again today. You know, his passing, we spoke about it. He came on, he turns, and he played that pass into Ramsey straight after they'd scored. And Ramsey ran into the box, and he's shooting off, man. Ramsey needs to fix up, you know. I like Ramsey as a player, but I just think that final action running into the box, we need like more goals from you.
Yeah, facts.
We need, especially
that can be said.
As well.
Like I wouldn't. I think if you're playing in those wide areas, I think with Ramsey and McGinn as well. Like, okay, McGinn wasn't there today, but when McGinn's been playing, when's the last time he's got a goal or assist? McGinn? Like, I think we need to.
I think McGinn went 13 league games without a goal.
Like, we need those contributions as well. So, yeah, I think when those wide players are getting into those positions, we need a bit more contributions from them. But yeah, bro, let's get onto the goal because it's just it's mad. Firstly, what's Konsa doing?
He's trying to play an impossible pass that's just not on.
Like I think Carlos got stick today, but I think Konsa as well. Like
Konsa was awful.
He's had a shocker today as well. Like, that's not even an excuse of Justin playing right back. He's just had an absolute shocker today. Like,
he's at fault for both the goals. He's
his
played a part.
decision making was atrocious.
But what I don't understand is how, when we're having the ball that high, do we leave ourselves so vulnerable?
It's mad because when you see Hutchinson get on the ball, yeah, after Konsa's made the mistake and tried to play that ball into Watkins instead of just playing it to Village, and I don't know why he didn't. But when they get it to Hutchinson on the ball, you've got like our three back. So you've got Digne, Powell, and Carlos, and there's about half the pitch for Delap to just running like on that side. So yeah. Carlos kind of stops at first. If you watch it, he stops because I think he's trying to play the line, and then runs. But obviously they ain't flagged his on anyway. But I think he's tried to play the line at first. So when Delap touches it, Carlos has kind of come forward, stopped, and then had to run back. And bro, when he's 1-on-1, then I mean, that ISO, it looked nasty, didn't it?
I actually did the stupid thing and believe Carlos would deal with it. I actually gave it hope. And he's VAR Messi versus Boateng, bro. He sent him that way. He sent him back. Carlos is doing the stanky
stiff.
And Delap, bro, like, what is it about these City Academy talents like Palmer, Rogers, Lavia, Delap, bro? Like, these guys that don't make it at City are so talented. And yeah, we were on the receiving end today, boy, because that's a great finish from Delap. And they deserved it, bro.
They did indeed. And yeah, Carlos is just when you're an aggressive centre back like he is, yeah, you just can't be that stiff. Like you can't be that stiff because he can't move his body. So when he's made the decision to go left from the step over, he ain't coming back from that. And Delap's just absolutely killed him with that. And it's a really good finish with his left foot past Emery. And it's like, we could go on to lose this. That's what it felt to me when they scored that. It felt like, didn't feel like, oh, we'll get back into this again. It felt like we could go on to lose this.
Well, they had that chance where they were through with Clark.
Yeah, we'll get onto that, but we'll get onto that.
Further ahead? Okay.
Yeah, we'll get onto that because obviously the changes come on around then. They're having the better of it, the more the momentum. They have Tunzabi header, which is blocked. They have the Hutchinson left foot shot, which goes over the bar. And just before the subs, I think it was for the triple change, Burns goes through 1-on-1 again. And this just epitomised our play because the amount of space they have and Jack Clark gets in the middle, the defence is just all over the place. And he plays the ball to Burns and doing absolute acres in that transition. And they really should have killed us off at that point. I think Pau Torres has done an exceptional job to get a block in and to prevent the goal from going in.
Not normally his game as well, that Pau.
Exactly, that's not his game, but he's done well to get in there. But yeah, man, just defensively, absolute stinkfest today. But yeah, anything to add on that?
It's weird as well because our defensive stats before this game, in terms of the quality of chances we conceded, we were like the fourth best in the league.
Facts.
But there's been moments where like Calvert-Lewin goes through 1v1 against Everton and doesn't get a shot off, so we get away with it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just moments this season. It
Scenarios,
feels like, yeah, we're just getting away with it. Like, I can't explain it, but man.
Well, we conceded four big chances. We conceded 4 big chances today, and they missed 3 of them.
Yeah.
So I think that says it all. That's not good. A good look, even though
that's why
the XG was kind of reduced.
That's why part of me said it's over it, bro. Because to get a point out of that, bro, perspective-wise, I might have to change my perspective and be like, "Wow, that's a 0.1 there, considering how that game was going."
Facts,
genuinely, like, we still haven't lost since Arsenal, but yeah, it would have just been nice to go 15 points, like still in the race. Now we're behind Chelsea, you kind of think,
Facts, and Kevin, thanks for joining. I think this first comment already from you, but thought we lost control when Rogers was subbed off. And I agree. I think that was the case as well. What do you think to Unai's timing of the substitutions today and the subs he made?
Firstly, with Rogers, when he did that, I was like, oh my gosh, what are we doing taking Rogers off? Then I hear it's hamstring precaution. I was like, okay, that makes sense. Because he was the connector second half.
Yeah.
He was the only guy really getting on the ball, turning and driving us up the pitch. Like, he was playing better than Ramsey and Bailey. And his importance grows every single game week for me.
It does, doesn't it? It does, man.
We need Rogers for the Bayern game. We need Rogers for United game. Like, he's so pivotal now to how we're playing.
What did you think of the triple subs with Maatsen, Buendia, and Barkley coming on? Did you feel like it was too late in the game, or
Yeah, I would have liked to see Maatsen on before. I would have liked to see Maatsen come on when he brings the run on. I feel like
yeah,
that 60th like he did against West Ham.
yeah, and just a bit earlier, just to give him a bit more time to get into it. But yeah, bro, we have a free kick on the edge of the box, Emery takes it, the whole build up and everything, and just hits it over the bar. It's just one of those days, isn't it?
Oh, man.
It's just one of those days.
And to be honest, when the commentator started saying ex Norwich, I kind of thought, okay, I can buy into
Yeah, and it was building it off. Yeah, facts. Because you know, sometimes the commentators just write the story. We've seen it plenty of times, and when he did say that, like, you think, oh yeah, East Anglia, Ipswich Norwich. Oh,
they were booing him as well. Good point.
Facts, yeah. Real build up to the free kick, and then it was reminiscent of, you remember Sterling's in the FA Cup against Leicester, where he just put it in the stand. It's just reminiscent to that, man. And
I just think, no, like Duran's on the pitch, just let Duran just wallop it, man.
Well, there's a few candidates. I mean, I don't think Maatsen would be too amiss. Ross Barkley, Emery. I think, there's a number of candidates who could take the free kick.
When that happened, I thought, okay, we ain't scoring again today.
Yeah, facts. I think Michael sums it up perfectly as well. Thanks for joining, Michael. Says, hello, or we let ourselves down today. Our mindset was not right and we played in second gear. Facts, and similar thoughts and opinions as to we've had, Michael. We really did let ourselves down, and I don't want to discredit Ipswich at all, because I think they were fantastic and they deserve to win. That might discredit it to me. Not discrediting Ipswich is by saying they deserve to win that game, because they were the better side today.
If you look at their fixtures, they've only lost to Liverpool and City now. 4 straight
draws. Four draws in a row. Yeah,
they're not. They've got some nice
draws to Brighton, draws to Fulham, who Fulham are flying. Brighton aren't. They're not a bad side either. So, yeah, they're doing good, man. They just need to turn some of those into 3 points. But, I'm just going to go through a few more comments. There's some good ones in here. Aaron, thanks for joining. Says Costa, Nedeljkovic in, and Diego Carlos out, for fuck's sake. A bad overall performance from our boys, but Carlos is terrible, and I've seen enough of his lacklustre showing for too long. Charlie's joined. Thanks for joining, Charlie. He says, feel like today epitomised how easy we are to play against for teams with a big man, technician, etc. Hutchison, Clark and Ogbene were operating in areas where we weren't able to control all game. Yeah, totally agree with that. And we were just letting them play in areas we were struggling to control. And the big point of this game today was we lacked control in the game. There's no control at all, which is one of the big things for Unai. He wants us to control the game state, and it didn't feel like we had any. And that resulted in us only taking a point. Another action, Barkley had a good shot, which was, I think, a comfortable save in the end for Muric. But yeah, even the last 5, man, it just, instead of us being on top of them and putting pressure on, they were just getting corner after corner. And it felt like I was envisioning a Jacob Greaves like header from a corner, from a set piece. I think that would have absolutely just topped off the game, in that sense, in terms of conceding from a set piece. But yeah.
Yeah, facts. But that's what was annoying me, because I was just like, okay, what was it, 6 minutes?
Yeah.
Well, most of the 6 minutes was wasted, them getting corner after corner. I was like, what is this, man? So it literally got to a point in the added time I was just like, okay, it's a draw. We need to hold on to it.
Yeah, facts.
Because they were getting corner after corner, like they were trying to get an equaliser or something.
A winner?
That's what I'm saying. Like they were getting the corner, like we were holding on to a winner.
Win, yeah.
When really, we needed to score just as much as them, innit? Like,
facts. No, I know what you mean. Like the game state, it was still in their favour, even though we were drawing. It was like, all the momentum. It was mad.
Come on, Villa, man.
It was. And that's why you say, like, you look at it now and you think, okay, we take that point. Like, overall, disappointed in the showing, the performance, but we just take the point, man, because we did not turn up for that game at all. And apart from Rogers and Watkins, I think, today, and Emery, to be fair, because, I did think he should have saved the Delap one, but he made some good saves as well. We were poor, man. We were poor. And I think most fans know that, and Emery knows that as well. And he's come out again today, after the game. There were talks about, Bayern have had an extra day's rest. He said, I don't care. Like, we want to play in Europe. If you want to play in Europe, this is what you have to deal with. If you don't want to play, then don't play. We'll just move on to the next game.
He's like the antithesis of like Mourinho, isn't he, Emery?
Yeah, facts. It's just
never
like,
take an
no
opportunity,
excuse culture. Just no excuse culture for that side of things.
But yeah, bro.
So, yeah, bro.
Fifth place, 13 points, plus 3 goal difference. Chelsea, I think this season, bro. I think last season might have been a bit easier to get top 4 than it might be this season, personally.
Facts. Yeah, Chelsea, we'll see how it goes, man. I think Chelsea will be. They do look good, yeah. Again, you don't know if we are after that Champions League spot or whatever. Could be 5th place. We don't know how Europe's going to go.
Oh, is that the same again? Coefficients, like
still, it's every year now. I think.
Okay, cool.
So coefficient will come into play. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, moves on to a massive week, man.
Just before Bayern, Manchester United, please give us one more week with Ten Hag. I wanna get some man like
Bro. No, Ten Hag there and Bruno suspended. You just know they'll probably get a victory against us. You know how it goes, man. Like
if Ten Hag's sacked in the midweek and Rude's their assistant, bro, my confidence levels go all the way down for that game.
To 0. To 0. I'm almost
hoping the beat Porter midweek just to give him another just give him a tag game.
Facts. Like just get a bit of momentum going into our game, because you want Ten Hag to still be in charge, because watching that display against Spurs, they were shocking. They're absolutely shocking. And Bruno's red can't be overturned because it went to VAR.
Well, it can't be overturned now.
Not if it goes to VAR. I think if they deem it as a red, then it can't be overturned.
But yeah, even though Bruno hasn't been the best this season, he always scores against us. So I'm happy that he's just out for that game, man.
Yeah, facts. That's true. He does seem to turn up when he plays against us. Remember the brace and then the Coutinho goal in that game. But yeah, bro. We move on to a massive game on Wednesday. The Munchen.
Bayern Munchen like it doesn't
come to Villa Park. It doesn't. It ain't really sunk in as of yet. Like I saw bits of their game against Leverkusen yesterday. Mark Lely say he's the guy to watch out for, and obviously Jamal Musiala as well. And we'll talk about that more over the next few days. But yeah, man, Bayern at Villa Park, he's just nuts.
What's funny about Elise is when he comes to Villa Park, he's almost like a flat to deceive for Palace. But I think when he's got better players at Bayern Munich now, is a different. Move your hand, man. I'm about to big him up, man. Move your hand. When he's got better players at Bayern, he's just a different beast. So we've got to watch him this weekend, man. Or this week. 100% got to watch him.
Facts. Gary says 6th in the cup win, brilliant season. You know, I take that still. I can't. I would take that 100%. I want to see us win a trophy. Kevin says, always seems that way. Whenever United in turmoil, they always turn up for Villa. Ridiculous. Doesn't it, Kevin? Aaron says, once again, Villa didn't turn up and missed our chances to go second on goal difference. Ipswich could have won with our shite showing in second half. A very disappointing performance, and we must improve for the Champions League. Kevin says Kane injured as well. I know he did his ankle. I'm not sure if he's actually out for the game. I think they did tests today and potentially it's positive, so he might be available. I think he'll do whatever he can to play against us because he knows he'll get a penalty at Villa Park. Thoughts on that one?
I hope he's out, bro. I hope he's out. And I hope the injury's not serious, but I hope he misses our game.
Yeah, facts.
Because he loves a goal at Villa Park, game.
He does. He scored a fair few.
I think he's with Bayern as well, though. Even they've got a player called Matthias Tau, who's just an incredible young talent as well to play up front. But of course, you'd rather not play Kane. So, but yeah,
this is the Champions League, bro. This is the Champions League, and you play the best. That's it. We go, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it, and I never thought I'd see such a thing at Villa Park. So yeah, I can't wait. Anyway, I think we'll call it there. Thank you all for joining. Some great comments in the chat as always. Again, if you could subscribe, and also let us know your thoughts in the comments on the game if you haven't expressed them here. But yeah, really appreciate it. Enjoy your Sunday evening, guys. Bro, thanks for joining as well. And we'll have a match preview coming up for the Bayern game on Wednesday. Up the Villa, and see you on the next video.